All righty. Hey, good morning, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majeski back with you here on the Weather Nerds YouTube channel, giving you a severe weather update. So, for you can make sure that you're prepared and not scared and ready for the active weather we're expecting, not only for today, this is also going to continue into tomorrow as well. Now, I do want to take a look here back at what's been going on here as far as the severe weather we've seen over the last couple of days. So, I want to start off with this first, just kind of get an idea of how things have progressed here over the last day or so. Again, we had a pretty active day yesterday. Back up here, we had oh, that's actually redundant. So let's go back to the big day here on your Friday. So see the folks at the National Weather Service, they actually messed up. It was there a minute ago, but it's gone now. So go figure. Anyway, we had 43 tornadoes. That has been steadily going up as the damage assessment teams have gone out. We had 31 yesterday just for assessment. So in the last 3 days, we've had some 70-something tornadoes. So we knew we were going to see a spike here. And I think we're going to see some more out there for today. So what we're going to do is we're going to first go ahead and break down what we're expecting here for today. So you can kind of see what's going on. Again, we do have another moderate risk out there for severe weather. And once again, we're talking about areas across Oklahoma, Arkansas, portions of southwestern portions of Missouri. So we've got a big bullseye there. Got the enhanced area there in the orange. And then the yellow, we've got the slight risk. So a big bullseye right there. Looks like the timing on this looks like sometime around 2 o'clock or so when things will start to get going. So let's go and break down the category here. Let's go ahead and take this up here real quick as we're looking at your tornado risk here, running about 15% there in the red. That's the big bullseye. Yellow running at 10%, and the brown there running at 5%. Oh, and by the way, if you're coming to this update after the fact and you have not subscribed to the channel and you like to get these kind of updates in your YouTube feed, please hit that subscribe button at this time. I do appreciate you guys helping to support our little channel here. All right, now this goes into tomorrow as well. So we're dealing with the stuff for today. There's the hail threat. Got a big bullseye there. Probably going to see some baseball-sized hail into that purple zone. That's up to 45%. Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Fort Smith. They're just north of the Dallas area. Big bullseye right in there for some significant hail possibility in there. All right, so let's look at your day two. We're going to go into day two. This is going to track off toward the east. So this will be going into Tuesday afternoon and into Wednesday evening. We'll see a pretty decent squall line here coming across this area. So these areas for tomorrow will include Bowling Green, Nashville, Memphis, coming back toward Tupelo, Huntsville, Alabama, near Birmingham, getting into the action. So this will be for tomorrow. But today, obviously, is the primary threat here for today as we're going to see things begin to go downhill. Now, this morning's not looking too bad. We've got a couple pieces of energy that we're kind of watching right now. Obviously, your eyes is drawn to this big low-pressure system coming out here. And we have some additional energy that's going to kick out and eject out here going into later this afternoon with the daytime heating. And we got a lot of instability, which means we've got plenty of heat out there to feed the storms. We still have a little bit of some upper-level winds here coming up aloft here a little bit. So we still got some little bit of some upper-level jet energy coming here as well across this region. So we're going to definitely have enough to go and get those storms firing up here for later today. So let's go ahead and talk about the model data. We're going to look at the different categories here. A couple things I do want to highlight for you here as we kind of get this going. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is the instability factor. When we talk about thunderstorm development, we're talking about available CAPE and heat. And when you see purple on a map, you know you've got a lot there. So this is kind of a snapshot here about 2 o'clock this afternoon, as you can kind of see that purple in this region. So we're talking 4,000 plus on the CAPE. So we got plenty of fuel. We've got the gas. We got the premium gasoline ready to go to fire up these storms at 2 o'clock. The other thing I look at here is the tornado parameter. So we definitely got a spike here across the middle of the country here, stretching from Nebraska, coming all the way down here to North Texas. So the tornado parameters are up. It's running about the middle of the scale here on the side, so running right in the middle. So I think we had 31 tornadoes yesterday. I think we'll see a couple dozen potential here for today as well, especially across the Oklahoma City area. So let's go ahead and talk about the latest hourly, okay? So we're going to take you up here to about midnight tonight on the latest hourly here. Now watch that timestamp in that upper right-hand corner, and you'll get an idea how things are going to go here. So here to this morning, we're not looking bad. 10, 11, 12, not looking bad here. Then it looks like around 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, we start getting our first indications of stuff here starting to go here in the middle of the country. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here a little bit closer just so you get a better idea here as we go ahead and take this forward here. Again, there it goes by 3 o'clock. So we see the difference between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. They really start going. What's interesting about this is that we've got some energy, like I told you before, we got coming out of the Rockies here. So we've got a couple of waves of severe weather. At least that's what the high resolution model here is showing. We get this initial line going here across portions of eastern Kansas, eastern portions of Oklahoma, northern Texas, going into Missouri, and going into Arkansas. That's that initial round. And then look, you get another round right behind it. Look at that. It's like a 1-2 punch here. We get that initial line here going through, and then we get another line coming back in here yet again as this energy starts to eject on out. We're going to get that. That's something you rarely see. You see thunderstorms that get flared up. They usually steal the energy. You don't see a quick enough recovery to see another line form right behind that. But we're going to have to watch that closely with a 1-2 punch of these storms, and this will be moving on off to the east. Again, we're talking nighttime storms once again. Once we get to 8, 9 o'clock, it starts getting late, and it's moving into Missouri and into northern Arkansas, going up till going up to midnight. Now I could take it out a little bit longer, looking at the 60. Now the high resolution every 6 hours will give you a 48-hour look-see here. So I'm going to take this beyond this and show you how this will progress going into your Tuesday. So going into your Tuesday morning, we see it going across the Midwest and going off into Kentucky. We'll see that kind of weaken a little bit, but we're going to get some new storms that are going to flare up here going into the afternoon hours. There it goes there. Starts to shift off toward these. Again, we're going to watch this secondary zone in here going in toward tomorrow afternoon. Things will start firing up once again, and we'll see that line of thunderstorms, although these don't look nearly as impressive as what we're going to see here for today as this moves off toward the south and east, and eventually kind of coming across Alabama and Georgia. In the wake of this storm, by the way, just really, really pretty weather. We're going to see great weather here across the eastern half of the United States, and we will take a little bit of a battle pause here with the severe weather. That's the good news coming up there. Now, the areas I'm going to be kind of watching here for today, I've kind of got this quad chart here. I'll be watching Oklahoma City, Wichita Falls, Branson, Springfield, Missouri. They're kind of in the hot zones here for today. So I'll be watching those and seeing how things progress here for this afternoon as this thing gets going. Right now it's just kind of general rain. We got some general rains out there. We don't have any severe weather out there this morning, unlike we had yesterday morning, but we're kind of quiet out there. We got some areas of rain. We're still watching, obviously, this low pressure system up here across the high plains. It's getting, we even got a little snow still back up there into the Rockies, believe it or not, still falling. We got some rains here across the southeast as well. Getting a little bit of wet weather there as well, but again, not anything severe, just a little wet weather across North Georgia. So everything's looking pretty good out there for right now, but it looks like things will start degrading and going downhill going into about 2 o'clock. Getting a few thunderstorms right now across portions of Iowa. Again, nothing severe to be worried about there right now. Just some general rains there across the central portion of the state. So once again, let's go ahead and talk about the severe weather once again for today. I want to go ahead and close this out one more time. Again, if you're in this zones here, we're talking Kansas City, we're talking St. Louis, we're talking Oklahoma City, we're talking Topeka, we're getting near Hot Springs and Batesville, we're talking Dallas, the big D in this as well. So we've got a lot of major metropolitan areas under the gun here for today. Again, the timing on this starts at 2 o'clock and goes into the overnight as it pushes into Missouri, Illinois, and Arkansas and areas like that. So it's going to be a late afternoon day. It's going to be quite busy. So we are planning on doing some severe weather coverage here on the Weather Nerds channel coming your way probably about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So look for that broadcast. If you'd like to get the notification on when we do these live broadcasts, please, as always, subscribe to the channel. If you have any weather-related questions in your area, if you're worried about something, you got a timing question or something going on in your area, as always, you can always leave a comment down below. I do respond to those weather-related questions. All right, that is y'all's update here for this morning. As we always say, be prepared, not scared, not going to hype the stuff to death. We just know that we're in severe weather season. You got to be prepared for what to do here when we get this kind of weather. Obviously, we have the deaths on Friday, which were very tragic. More than a dozen or so plus across Kentucky, into Virginia, and into Missouri. And hopefully, we do not see a repeat performance for today. All right, that's y'all's update. You guys take it easy. We'll see you this afternoon about 2 o'clock, and we'll be tracking the storms with you.